Thanks to Genesis for sponsoring this portion of the video.
Who is she? We got her hair done, got a blazer. I'm actually about to head out. I'm going to Fountain Valley because I'm headed to the Genesis headquarters. They invited me to check out the 2023 GV80. I'm super stoked because I love cars and I love checking out new models, and I'm gonna bring you guys along. We gotta get going, so let's go.
All right, we're here on site taking a closer look at the brand new Genesis 2023 GV80. The GV80 is equipped with high performance capabilities that make for a fun, powerful, and truly dynamic driving on or off road. Starting with the exterior, it has a bold, sleek design featuring a low profile and wide stance. On the side of the vehicle, you'll notice some sleek character lines that fade towards the rear. Now let's take a peek inside. The interior was inspired by the roof of traditional Hanok houses, simple but strong. It showcases the beauty of white space, which results in a feeling of openness. And the technology includes a cloud-connected multimedia platform, active noise control, 3D cluster, 5 or 7 passenger seating configurations, true luxury power second row, and power closing doors.
She's a beauty. It's honestly so pretty inside. If you guys are interested in checking it out, make sure to check the link down below.
And thank you so much to Genesis for sponsoring this portion of the video.
All right, we're all cozy. I thought it'd be nice to kind of just chit chat with you guys. I haven't done one of these in a while. I pulled these questions from IG. I asked you guys a little bit ago to submit your questions, so that's what we're doing today. I guess I should have specified. I don't know if I did in a previous video, but I'm still in LA. Maybe if I didn't have Leo and Luna, I would probably live in New York for a while, but that's just not the case. We got 2 puppos and Luna would not thrive during summers in New York because it's brutal. All the time. I wish that wasn't the case, but that is my reality. I put so much pressure on myself to create content that I'm proud of, content that excites me, but it does come at a cost, especially since I do everything alone. You also have to remember this isn't just a hobby, it's a business and I have to treat it as such. And a lot of the times there are so many moving parts and it's very demanding, and I'll have to be working on 2 or 3 different things simultaneously. So it just feels like a lot for one person. And I think I'm still figuring out ways to not experience this burnout as frequently. I mean, I know what I need to do. Like, the answer is that I need to find help, specifically with editing, but it feels like an impossible thing to do. Not saying that people aren't qualified, because I know that there are tons of talented editors who are way more advanced than me that can probably create amazing work. It's more of the content feels so personal to me that it's hard handing off someone footage of myself. That's why I haven't had help. I also know that people come on this channel because maybe my videos make them feel something visually, and I take a lot of pride in that. And I think for me, my channel has always been about not just me and my personality, but everything else that it entails. It's hard knowing that I know I need help, but I know that I won't get help because I don't ever seek out for it, and I'm constantly going to feel the cycle of feeling burnt out. This just goes to show that someone like me, who's been on YouTube for over a decade, still has things to figure out. I am seeing someone, and it's been really lovely. He's an amazing person, he's so kind, and makes me feel warm and safe. I'm just grateful for the moments that we've shared so far. I'm looking forward to continuing to get to know him. And yeah, it's been really nice. When I'm in a funk, feeling uninspired, or maybe I just got back from a trip and I have the travel blues, I find that the best way to get me back into the swing of things is to get back into my routine. Whatever your routine entails, you just gotta get back into it without thinking too much. Because I find that the more that you think about it, the more that you dread it, and it leaves you feeling kind of sad and moody. Like, we all experience that, right? So for example, when I get back from travel, no matter what time I get home from the airport, it could be 11 p.m. I'm gonna unpack everything. It's very extreme because my sister thinks I'm crazy that I do that, but I do it because the next day, I wanna get straight back into my routine, because the faster I do that, the more normal I feel. And the more normal I feel, the less I'm sitting here kind of dreading something, like I'm just already in the flow of things. And so if you just try to think less and do more, it just happens. And I'm not saying that I still don't have those days where I'm feeling, uninspired or just kind of out of it, but these are ways in which I find that helps me just kind of get back into it. It's the little things that keep me motivated. Starting my day off with a freezing cold shower helps to keep me motivated. Listening to a Jay Shetty podcast helps me stay motivated. Motivation directly correlates to your mood and how you feel. If you're feeling like crap, you're not gonna feel motivated. But if you're feeling positive and you're in a great mood, then the chances are you're gonna feel motivated and more inclined to tackle whatever it is that you're trying to do. Even silly things like blasting music and dancing at home. Yes, I actually do that. Why? Because it puts me in a great mood. So just ask yourself, what are the things that put me in a great mood? And do it more so that it fuels you to feel motivated about whatever the thing you're trying to do or accomplish or tackle that day. I guess the best financial advice would be to budget and create funds, whether it be, if you want a home fund or emergency fund. That is a must. These are things that I wish I knew when I was 20 years old. I highly recommend checking out my girl Asia Dang on YouTube. She does a lot of videos on budgeting, and I definitely have learned a lot from her. I've always been decent at, saving and being responsible, but I think there's that next level where you're actually being very organized with your money and how you spend it, and just being very intentional about how you want to allocate your money. I think about younger Soph, 20 years old. If I just put, even $20 from each paycheck to my emergency fund, and I had that in a high yield savings account. Like, imagine how much money I would have saved up, right? I'm totally here for treating yourself and rewarding yourself, because I think that's equally as important. But I think when you're younger, you can get so caught up on thinking that you need something when it's really a want. There's a time and a place to reward yourself, but you can get very excited as a young adult and get carried away. And I have experienced that a handful of times. And it wasn't until I bought my first home that felt like a huge accomplishment for me, and it was a great investment. What they say is true. You gotta work smarter, not harder. No one likes to think about finance or budget unless you're just into that kind of stuff. And if that's the case, I am very envious of you. But it's important to apply yourself and figure out a system that works for you so that you can sustain the life that you want to live. If you have a tattoo that's very flat, what I mean by that is if you close your eyes and you're touching your tattoo and it just feels like your skin and there's no raising, chances are if you get that removed, you shouldn't have any scarring. But if you feel your tattoo and it's already raised and you can feel a bit of scar tissue, like my back piece, then that will most likely leave scarring. Because once the ink is removed, you'll still see the scar tissue. That was something where I just had to ask myself, do I want to see that on my back? Initially, it was no. So I decided that I wasn't gonna remove it. But then as the year went on, I realized I just don't want the tattoo anymore. So if there is scarring, then so be it. I have no idea. It's really case by case. My neck tattoo, I've been going for a year. I have a session every 12 weeks and it's like halfway removed. So for my back piece, I have no idea. I'm thinking 3 years. I have no idea. I mean, it would be amazing if it was completely removed in 2 years, but I don't see that being the case. Which means I'm just going to be enduring that pain for a very long time. It is extremely painful, like unbearably painful. but I know I can do it. All right, we're gonna end it there. We kind of touched on a little bit of everything. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for being here, and I will see you very soon. Bye.